Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Forsaken Legends. And this is a new mmorpg, and this is really, really loud. Hang on. Alright. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Forsaken Legends. Now, this is a new mmorpg. It's created by Holy Fire Games. It's a indie studio. And I have been playing these guys for a little while now, playing their game. It's in an alpha testing, as you can tell by the login screen. It's just, it's really early in development, but I thought the concepts were really cool, and I could see that the guys who were working on this game were very passionate about it, and they've been constantly releasing new content, so it gives me high hopes that this game will be taken through to completion. But anyway, I'm gonna play this and start doing some videos on this game to really promote it and get the word out there. And I'll be playing this game kind of from a beginner's perspective, but really, if you want all the resources and the details, I've linked these two annotations, one to Holy Fire Games Forsaken Legends forums, and the other one over here is for their YouTube channel, which you can go and they'll upload all their updated videos, and they seem to update rather frequently, but they're not very well known. You can see in the views on their videos and the forum members, there's not a big community, but there is a community, and I want to go out there, I want to champion for these guys, and I want to build this community, and I want to see this game happen. So I'm basically going to go through this video, show kind of from a beginner's perspective. If you got into their alpha campaign and you get the game and you begin testing for them, and you can say that you're here from the very beginning. I want to just show you guys kind of what to expect when you first get the game and when you first log in, and then I'm also going to go for a later part of this episode. And all the videos I do from here on out will be kind of showing various bugs that I encounter, and so that way the developers, and I'm sure there's probably other people doing this too besides me, but the developers can not only see on the forums and read the problems we're having, but they'll actually be able to see. So they'll actually be able to see the bugs. So anyway, Holy Fire Games, that last part's mainly for you guys, so that you can sort of see what's going on with the bugs. I'm sure you've probably seen them yourself. Anyway, I'm rambling. So, here we go. So this is the login screen. Obviously, there's not a lot of artwork. This game, again, keep in mind it's alpha, so everything that you see is not even close to what it's going to look like when it's done, but at least it can give you some general ideas with certain concepts they're going for. So anyway, after you create your username and your password, or your email and your password, and that is my email. You guys can email me. That's my business email. But anyway, yeah. So this basically, you go to their forums and you can register in the forums, and that will become your login for the game if you choose to go ahead and join the alpha campaign. So let's get this started. And you can't just press enter when you log in, you actually have to click the login right now. So these are my 3 characters. Now, I'm not going to keep talking to you guys. You guys are going to switch off this video if I don't actually get into game. Okay, so here I am I'm entering world. Hopefully we don't crash. Occasionally there are crashes. Or bugs that keep you from logging in. However, most of the time this can be remedied by just exiting out of the game and then getting back into the game again. See, like even right now, this is taking way longer than it normally does for me. So I'm probably gonna have to... Yeah, so I just logged, I exited the whole game, and now I'm coming back in. Okay. See, so now it says I'm disconnected from server, so I have to go and I have to log in again. And this usually only becomes a problem when I first start for the day. I haven't logged in for the day. But yeah, it's not super common for it to give me a bunch of grief. Okay, so actually, when you first log in, you won't be here, and I'm not going to go back in this episode to where you will be, because it's just going to be more bugging out while I travel through portals and stuff. But when you first create your character, let me see if I can adjust the brightness on this. Yeah. So when you first, I think it's just nighttime. Yeah. Anyway, so when you first create your character on this game, it's going to be, you're going to be put into this inn, this actually very nice looking, well furnished inn, and you're going to have to run through that. There's no way to get out of the building. You're going to find in one of the rooms, and you'll find it easy because the inn's not huge, but you're going to find basically a portal that you're going to step through, and it'll teleport you into this dome. So this dome is, you might think you're underwater, but you're actually not. Here, I'll show you. This is actually just sort of the starting area, and every time at least right now, every time that you log out and you log back in, you're going to start spawned in the center of this dome. And basically, you can't free build in this dome. So just to kind of briefly go over what this game's about. It's a procedurally generated world, so that basically means it generates forever and ever. So it's kind of like Minecraft in that sense. But obviously it looks better than Minecraft. And again, like I said, visually this isn't how everything's going to look like when it's done. But it goes on forever and ever, and you can free build. And I'll show you exactly how that works here in a second. So this is a structure that I built. And it's basically just, it's a 2-story hut-like thing. And I'm sorry it's so dark. I really hope that it doesn't come out this dark in the actual thing. Maybe I can turn up the brightness in the editing. I don't know. But this is kind of, so this is a building. This took a little bit of time to make, but it's an inn, and the reason that I built it so close to the dome is because every time you log in, and I might have already said this, but every time you log in, every time you log out, at least right now, the game will position you right back at the center of this dome, and the reason for that is they don't want you to like log out, say I logged out here, and then while I'm offline, someone else comes over and they build a structure right over where I'm standing. Then I log in and I'm stuck because I'm literally like inside their walls. So that's why they've created this dome over here. If you want all the nitty-gritty details of how this game works and all the features that it's going to have later implemented into it, you should really go to those resources I posted at the beginning of the video. Okay, so to go into building mode, you basically go to press O, and then the 1 through 9 number keys will give you various building options. The 1 obviously being just your basic building block. I guess it's a foundation of sorts. So I can build these, and as you can see, it's just a snapping system. And again, you'll see this if you go into any of Holy Fire Games videos as well. They'll show you this. But as you can see, you basically just build these blocks. And these will cost resources, and you'll be able to harvest these resources later. In fact, I know they're about to implement their resource gathering. What's the word I'm looking for? They're about to implement the resource gathering feature, and I don't know if at that point they'll make buildings cost things or give you the ability to toggle it on and off. Anyway, I would think that yes, they would give you the option to toggle the resources on and off, so that you can test the building, the free building, but at the same time you can test the balance of how much resources cost, so that they can tweak how much the buildings cost and the resources you need. But anyway, so as you can see, I built a little base of a house, and actually what I want to do is I just want to delete these because I really didn't want to do this. I just wanted to have the foundation, and the walls can actually be built in a different way. So the two will allow me to build beams, which it takes some getting used to, but as you can see, it's kind of still a little clunky. So it's free building, obviously, but there's still geometry rules. Ugh, come on now. There you go. There you go. Going out of build mode. I've built this base frame, and I've put up these pillars. So now you kind of see the skeleton of the house. So then I can go back in, I can start slapping walls on to this. And the walls, I believe the walls, can't remember what number, it's 3. 3 will allow me to start slapping on walls onto this big bad boy. There you go. And then for this, I'd want to put a door frame in, like that. So now if I go out, you can see what I've just done is I've built the foundation, and I've built the walls. Okay, so at this point, we have this building, and I can put a roof on it, or well, actually I'm going to have to put a roof on it, but in order to put a roof on it, I actually do have to do something kind of weird, and that is I need to go into my build mode, and I need to actually build these pillars. But anyway, so you have to actually build these pillars all around here to build a roof. Now that doesn't mean you have to leave these pillars in. You'll actually be able to delete them after you throw the roof on, and it will create a glitch that should be able to be fixed just by logging in and out. Okay, so I think that's all, and so now if I go out, you can see what I've done is I've created these quadrants, which literally you can see based on where the pillars are, where the foundation blocks were. And then I can go back in and start building a roof. And I believe the roof is... don't know. Wait, this might be the roof. This is the roof piece. It's 8 or something like that. I'm not sure. And as of right now, they don't have any way to, other than the mage spell Illumination, which I'll show you the spells in combat in a minute, but they don't have any way for you to, basically build a, have any lighting, like torches or anything like that. They don't have that right now. However, we do have ways to create stairs, which is great. We love stairs. Okay, so now that I've done that, and you go outside, you can see that it's completely closed in. I put the roof on and everything like that, and now I just need to build the second story, which obviously the second story is not built as of right now, but I can, and I will. But first and foremost, I want to show you guys that you can delete these beams out afterwards. Boom, 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 boom. And once you delete all these beams out, you'll still have your there we go. I messed that up. There we go. Anyway, you can still have your room and your ceiling and everything like that. It all works out just fine. So now obviously in order to build the next story, you just repeat. You rinse, you repeat, and this is how you're going to build multiple story structures. Very easy, very simple. And I'm not going to bother and do all that. I just want to show you guys that. So anyway, so that's how you build a basic structure. Oh, also you can put a door in here. Their doors actually look really nice, as you can see, but I don't think you can open them. Pretty sure you can't. No. Can't open them. So I'll have to go back and delete that. But this will basically, no one else can delete your structures except for you right now. Obviously, when they add in PvP and stuff, your structures can be destroyed. But anyway, so that's kind of the overview. You have your cinder blocks, you have your cinder blocks, you have your tall beams, you have your walls, you have your doorways, you have your doors, you have your ceiling, you have one kind of staircase, second kind of bigger staircase. So I think the smaller one's just for going up a cinder block, the basic blocks, and the other one is for going up like a floor. You have shorter fence posts. I think you use these kind of with these if you want like a short wall. And then, yeah, that's all they have right now for building. I'm sure they're going to put in more, and they'll figure out how to keybind for more. But that's kind of the gist of the building. So for the combat, and they do have a day-night cycle in this game. I forgot to mention, as you can see, right now the game's not enabled for unlimited terrain generation like in Minecraft. You can see this border right here. You can see it's kind of red. I hope you can see on the screen it's red, showing this kind of box that we're inside of. It's still pretty big, but this is just for alpha testing, so keep that in mind. So as far as spells are concerned, I don't know if they still had this bug. They had this bug yesterday. Maybe they don't right now. They still do. So for some reason, you should have been able to go into this talent tree, and you should be able to just click and drag these onto your action bar. But right now the dragging is not working, and I don't know why that is. That is a bug, and that is a bug that I will show later on. But anyway, welcome to the talent tree. The talent tree in this game is fairly unique. It's pretty unusual. It's a pretty unusual way to do your talents. And right now, as it stands, we're able to put all our points into everything, I think. You will have a limited number of points, and obviously these talent trees are very, very placeholder. I mean, look at this. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's only 5. There's only like 5 abilities per class. 6 sometimes here. So there's obviously going to be a lot more. They're going to flesh out their talent tree. But as it stands out right now, they at least have the basics in for all their classes that they want, which is the wizard, technician, tank, rogue, healer, fighter, archer. And they're as they sound. Archer's like a hunter from. I'll just compare this to World of Warcraft because that's what most people watching this will be familiar with. Archer's like the hunter. Fighter's like a warrior, damage dealing melee. Rogue is rogue, obviously. Healer, that covers any of your healing classes. That's pretty self-explanatory. Tank, obviously, is also self-explanatory. Technician's kind of like a mix of damage and support. Actually, I think they sound really cool. I haven't tried out all their abilities yet, and once this bug's fixed, I will definitely try them out. And then wizard, which is, your mage, your warlock, whatever. I don't need to go through all their abilities with you, but basically the abilities just are what you would think, except the technician's kind of, I would say, is unique. It's interesting. But yeah, I really like this. Obviously the combat animations and stuff need work, but just give me a second and I will log back in onto someone who already has some abilities so you can see how the combat works. So actually this is really cool because I haven't actually logged into the King server with this character before. This is what you will log into when you first get into the game, and you can go down to the basement and look around. They've done a pretty good job, and obviously you can tell that like the fences and stuff, they built this stuff. I don't know how much of it's just prefabs from the Unity store, but it's really kind of a pretty little thing they made. You can tell that these developers at least know what they're doing, even if they're small. So here's the portal in this room that you can go to. and you need to go into it. And hopefully I don't disconnect, which I probably will, because it seems like you always do when you go through this portal. Okay, so here we are, we're back. And I had to log into the different server that I had this guy on, just because of the problems with combat. When I logged him back into my other one, into the other server, then he had some issues. I could not get my abilities. So let's see. Anyway, so this one I already had these 3 abilities on him, so I can show you these 3 abilities, but the problem is, again, there's bugs in this. So bug-wise, it's going to be a problem showing you any more abilities, because I can't drag and drop any more abilities. So these are structures that other players built. This guy made it interesting. I wonder if he's making a bathroom with toilet stalls or something. I don't know. But if you go over here, I actually built this stuff over here, which is kind of cool. Well, some of it. Some of it. But let's see if I can find... so here is a troll. And as you can see, again, this is very alpha. You can see that my health bars are all kind of weird. You know, they're not very polished. They just kind of look very placeholder. Everything's very placeholder. You can see my bags down here. All the items, the artwork on the items aren't very fleshed out. They're just kind of sketches almost. But here's the troll. And the troll doesn't do a whole lot animation-wise. But I can... So here I aggroed him. You can hear him. He's coming after me. So they're not terrible animation, but they're not great. They still need work. But when he comes up to attack me, he'll telegraph. See the red telegraph? You basically have to dodge the telegraph. Unfortunately, they haven't done a good job of the damage is applied before you're... Like, it doesn't show that it's applied until after you're out of the telegraph. See, I jumped out, but I'm still taking damage. So that's a little bit of a problem, I think. But basically, I can go ahead and attack this guy, and it's not tab targeting, it's action combat. So I can actually, you know, hit him with that burn spell. I can dash at him. My fire spell. I've chosen mage abilities. And the fireball you can actually cast while moving. And obviously I just killed him. You go up, you right click to loot him. Do I want this? Well, tier 1 waste. Tier 2 armor. 2 armor. It's kind of the same thing. So I don't need it. Now, unfortunately, as of right now, there's no way to exit out of their loot box. So you just have to walk away from them until the loot box dialog closes. Okay, so here you can see... it's kind of weird. Because I do remember building this wall, but I had built... And there's a bunch of other stuff, like 2 really tall towers here and stuff, and they're not there anymore. So right now the building is a little buggy in terms of the server, I guess, remembering... where you built things, which is kind of saddening. But as you can see, this is kind of like Troll Death Valley or something. I don't know. But there are trolls and there are wolves in this game for right now. And the combat is still a little bit clunky. But and I don't know why I can't do the fire dash. Like, I feel like the fire dash should be a good dodge to use, so I don't know why I have to be targeting him to use it. He's about to die. Bye-bye. Anyway, so you can see here that I got the characteristics, or sorry, this is the character sheet. You can see my gear that's equipped, the gear that's not equipped. I don't know what these empty slots are. I know this is like, I can equip a bow there. There I go. Now I have a bow. Or I can unequip it. But anyway, I'll take this. And when you loot them, they disappear. But, so as you can see, like, when I equip things, it actually will show on my character. They do have that down when I equip this bow. You can see I've got the bow on me now as well. Unfortunately, I can't show you the bow because, again, I can't perform any abilities other than the 3 that I have here that I got before the bug occurred. And These guys' aggro range is ridiculously far. But, you know, it is what it is. They'll fix that. It's all alpha, as you know. I don't know if there's a whole lot more for me to show you guys as of right now. In terms of bugs, obviously there's that bug where I can't drag abilities onto my bar. I don't know why that is. There's obviously the building thing where if I build something and then I log out and I log back in, it's not there. This, I've not noticed this on the King server, but I have noticed this on the main server. Like this, there should be a lot more. I did a lot more than just this little weird wall thing. So I don't know what's going on there. Any other glitches I can think of? Obviously, when you're trying to log in, it disconnects you a lot. I don't know why that would be. But it seems like you can just correct it by continually attempting to log in. It doesn't take a whole long time for me, usually just 2 to 3 tries. The building, I would say, needs a little bit more work in the ease of snapping things into place. I think it's actually a pretty good job at this point, and it's amazing, outstanding for an alpha game. Let's see. Developers. I'm kind of bummed I have to live in a desert. I know that's going to change soon, but the desert's just a little bit of a bland. I think it's a little bit of a bland biome to introduce new players to. I always look back when you guys had the forest, like the sort of the lakes and slightly forested biome, and that one just seemed to be much more exciting for me to play in. So I was kind of sad when I got into the alpha and all I could do was the desert. The snow also looked awesome, but I think your forest and your lake ones are a little bit better of a just kind of a starting spot for new players to really get excited about the game. I actually really do like your weather effects. I really this is for the developers, in case anyone was starting to tune me out. You can tune me out, that's fine. But I thought the weather effects were really pretty. The sky is absolutely gorgeous. I don't know how much of that's your guys' work, how much of that's prefabs. I'm sure the weather effects with the moving dust is probably your programming. That's pretty cool. Anything else for bugs wise? Sometimes when you build, it seems like when you build structures, and this isn't a very important glitch, but when you build structures and you put a ceiling on and then you remove the beams underneath, it kind of glows purple underneath, and I wish I could show you that, but unfortunately I don't want to take the time to go do that, and it seemed to correct itself when I logged out and logged back in the next day, so it might not be a problem. There's, oh, by the way, there's a Discord server you guys can join that this game has so that you can hopefully find other people to play with, including the developers themselves, when they're not busy slaving away at this game, which I know they're doing a lot of work on. So anyway, thank you everybody so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe to my channel down below, and please go and subscribe to these guys' YouTube channel and get on board with this game. It is awesome. The name is Forsaken Legends. You can see the annotations at the beginning of the video. As always, my name is Zeru, and this is the Babblers.